Hi everyone, my name is Eric Schurter and I'm here to give you a quick video demo of the progress we're making towards a MVC for a remote development offering. So I want to cover a couple prerequisites. I want to show you where we're at and what's next. So now, as I mentioned, prerequisites, the first and biggest one is the VS Code based Web IDE. And that is available in production behind a feature flag because there's some pretty large feature gaps that we're still working on. It's defaulting to false, but I have the GDK running and I've changed this feature flag to true so that you can see what that looks like. When I open the Web IDE now, I get a notice that you are using something that's still in development, but I do have a Web IDE based on VS Code and I can make changes. I just can't save them. And I can open up multiple files and I can see, as expected, that if I open up a terminal, I don't have any runtime environment. There's no live feedback there. And we'll refine this UX and I'll talk about that in a minute. But if I wanted to connect this Web IDE to a server runtime, we have now published some documentation that walks you through some steps. And again, I'll highlight some prerequisites. First of all, you need a virtual machine somewhere on a cloud that you have root access to. In this MVC, we are not provisioning or configuring or hosting or doing anything for you within GitLab. This is simply for connecting to an existing environment that you are managing outside of GitLab. Once you have that environment, you also need a Let's Encrypt certificate to make sure that the connection is secure. And then you can follow these steps and install certbot, download the package that we've hosted in our registry for the correct version of VS Code Server, and then you get a couple quick commands for starting and stopping your environment. Once you do all that, you can fetch your token and open up this URL that's generated for you with arguments on your domain. You get this page here. I've got a demo server already set up, and you can start the Web IDE. I've switched the theme, but it's essentially the same thing. Here I can go into my file tree and I can open up files, and now you can see, though, I do have source control and I have a live terminal. So I can do pretty much anything I want. And the live feedback happens in real time. You're directly manipulating the project on the server, and I have access to extensions that I can install on the host, and it's a full remote development environment. Now, what's next? You may have noticed in the demo or in here that we have it hosted on GitLab.io. This is just because we're still working on the custom route for the remote development environment, so that'll be next. And then, as I mentioned, the UX here in the terminal view of the unconnected, the client-only standalone Web IDE, we're working on building a message there with a call to action that'll click through to the documentation and allow you to actually start up the environment and take you to this configuration screen right from the Web IDE. But save for those two sort of user experience housekeeping items, the MVC is complete, and if you follow the steps in the documentation, you should be able to get it up and running yourself. So let me know if you have any feedback, and I will give you another update as we progress on our journey to remote development. Thank you.